Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How is everybody doing today? Have you been looking for me? Well, guess what? You found me in the kitchen with Angela, this Creole Roots girl. Today I'm doing all things New Orleans, of course. You know that. Today is Sunday afternoon. We just got out of church, back in the kitchen today to do a recipe on chili. Yes, you have it. I'm going to do a recipe on my chili. I was supposed to do something different, but of course your children, he said, Ma, I want some chili. So I already did the cornbread. It's in the oven. You already saw my video on honey cornbread. So today I am doing a chili, but I'm going to do it with the twist. It's not going to have ground meat in it, of course, because my son eats very healthy. I'm going to be using ground bison. Yes, it is. This is very lean, good, healthy meat. Bison is packed full of flavor. It's a good food. So, of course, I got my Holy Trinity going on. Thank you for coming on to my page. I already have my pot ready. This is going to be a small chili. It's not big. It's not like I'm cooking for a ton of people. This will serve him for a couple of days, including a day. So if I decide, I'll just get a little bowl of it myself. But normally, when I cook something, I cook enough for a couple of people. So I'm going to, because bison doesn't really have fat, I'm going to add some good fat, which is olive oil. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up my meat and I'm going to start preparing my chili. I'm going to put it in here and we're going to start adding the chili, all the ingredients. While I'm doing this, I'm going to also start cutting up my jalapeno. And of course, I have my Holy Trinity, which is bell pepper, onion, and celery. You know, New Orleans people can't cook without it. So I'm going to get my meat started. I'm going to brown off my meat. Started it off with some olive oil. This is just a one-pot meal. Like I said, I already have my cornbread in the oven and waiting for that to come out. So I'm going to go ahead and get the meat taken care of. I'm going to add a little bit of water. Then I'll place this to the side. Just a little bit of water. Okay. And I'm just going to add just a little bit. Get the scrapings off the bottom. There's a little meat in here. So I'm cooking it between medium, high heat. It's not very high right now. So just making sure all my meat is ground up. And this is going to be a very hearty chili. I have different things I'm going to add in there. While this is, the meat is cooking up and everything, I'm going to start with my jalapeno. If you want your chili real spicy or anything real spicy, you can leave the seeds in there. But because I'm going to add more spices to that, I'll just cut it out. And yes, you might want to wear gloves when you're fooling with the inside of a pepper because it can get on your fingers. And it'll be real spicy. But me, I like spice. So I'm going to be adding some other stuff to it too. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut up a jalapeno pepper, fresh jalapeno pepper. It's not pickled or anything, it's just fresh, okay? Hasn't been rendered down and cooked into anything yet. I already have my Holy Trinity cut up. It's to the side here. I'm gonna be using a bell pepper. Gonna also be using some other spices and stuff to go with it. But a good hearty chili is what you have. And then we're going to be adding Here it is. My pepper is all cut up. I'm not dicing it really fine, just cut up enough. And I left a little bit of the seeds in there. So I don't even have to pour the grease off of here because there's no grease. Remember, this is bison. It's very lean meat. It doesn't really have no fat content to it. So by me, I added fat back into it by adding olive oil. But olive oil is very good for you. It's healthy. So my meat is coming together pretty well. This is going to be another short little video. And I also have, since I don't have to pour anything off of this meat, I'm going to add my vegetables in now. Okay. And this will come together and cook down pretty well. I'm going to also add in my peppers. Okay. I have some good beans here. I have kidney bean in a can. They come almost pre-cooked already, the light kidney. I also have some white chili beans, and I have some bay leaf. I'm going to use about 2 bay leaf. And then I'm going to use this. This is good here. This is the hot chili McCormick spices for your chili. And I'm going to pour this in. I use the whole packet. Okay. It gives a lot of flavor. I'm going to also use some garlic, of course. This is minced garlic. So, you know I pull out that garlic at any time, you know. So I got my garlic going. I'm moving things to the side as I go. Okay. I have my diced tomatoes with the chilies in there. Like I said, my son loves spice. He loves it. Even though he needs to be careful sometimes, but his health is pretty good. I add the tomatoes in there, stewed crushed tomatoes with the chilies in there. And then I'm gonna add some chili powder. I like to add my own spices as well as the spices that you get from other ingredients. I like to add my own. I'm going to add a little bit of accent. That makes flavor come out. Of course, I'm going to add parsley. And I'm going to let this chili go. Too much parsley don't hurt at all. I'm going to also add cayenne pepper, of course. Yes, it's a real spicy chili. Sometimes I have to add more. He really likes it. Like I'll hit it with a couple of dashes of hot Tabasco sauce. And of course I have my Tony Saturated Creole seasoning. And I have 2 different kinds of beans, okay? The red kidney. And I have white navy. You can put any kind of bean you want in your chili. You really can. I mean, it helps with all the proteins and stuff. It gives it color and flavor as well. And then I have, of course, the Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to hit that. Okay, so I'm going to let this chili cook down. This is all the ingredients for my chili. Of course, I'm going to add a hit of sugar. Not a lot, just a little bit. It actually like about a teaspoon to a tablespoon. Just a little bit. Okay, all those things blend together and work well together. Then I'm going to put a lid on my chili and I'm going to let it cook down for a little bit. Let all the ingredients marry. And I'll show you a little bit of how my chili is looking so far. Of course, I'm gonna add some broth to it. Just about a half a cup. Let it cook down. And you can always come back and check the flavoring. Add more if you need to add more or whatnot. But this is a good chili that I'm gonna let cook down for at least 30 minutes. So I'll let you see what I've done so far. And I'm gonna let that come to a boil, and then it's gonna simmer for a while. So this is one of my recipes here. This is a good old Bison chili with some homemade cornbread. So I have my honey cornbread, and that's what we mainly eat with it. Throw some cheese on the top of it, whatever cheese you like. You know, it's up to you, whatever your taste is. So that's how I put my chili together. And this is how things work here. I use a lot of spices, blends, pepper. We like our chili spicy. So thank you for joining me in my kitchen. This is Creole Roots Girl. You can check me out on Instagram. It's Creole Roots 47 on Instagram. You can check me out on Facebook, Creole Roots Washington, and of course my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen. It's Sunday. I appreciate you, love you, and if you're ever looking for me, you always can find me in the kitchen. In the Kitchen with Angela. Have a great day. Bye.